Hey, what's going on everyone? This is Chaser Rocky Mountain. Thank you for checking in. So today's video is our 2023 mid-level boot buyer's guide. So I know there's a lot of people that are shopping for a really good boot, but maybe don't want to fork over that premium price. Well, that's who these boots are designed for. All these are going to be less than 500 bucks. And we've got 5 really good options up here on the table. And it's really cool to see because over the years, we've seen companies like Fox and Leatt really step up their game to give a good mid-level boot offering. Now, I will say that the Tech 7 and the SG-10 from Gaerne have probably been the two front runners from years now, but a lot of the companies have been chasing these guys, and now there's just a really good offering in this segment. So we're gonna go through, talk about each of these just real quickly. Just gonna cover some of the key features and reasons why they're up here. But remember, we have our product spotlights. We have other buyers guides that you can watch to figure out which boot you feel is gonna be best for you. And I would love it too, as we go through and I talk about these, if you have one of the boots that we're gonna be talking about or one from the same brand, comment what boot you have, what you like, what you dislike about it. Just leave your feedback in the comment section below. That's really just gonna help other riders out. That being said, let's start with boot number 1. I started with the Tech 7 because, like I was saying, this has been one of the most popular, best-selling mid-level boots in the market for several years now. And it's a boot that I think Fox and Leatt and some of these other companies are looking at, and they're chasing that. So what's nice about the Tech 7 is that price point on this, again, you're gonna be about $410 up to about $430, $440, depending on which model you go with. They do have a waterproof version of this boot. They also have the Enduro sole on some couple models, so multiple options to check out. But if you read rider reviews, what you're gonna hear about the Tech 7 is that it's a good supportive boot. Once it breaks in, it's got good range of motion, but it's super, super comfortable. That's one thing about this that people really like, and that I myself, along with other riders here, we tried on all these boots just to kind of see what we could feel, what differences we noticed. And first feedback you're gonna hear right away is like, wow, that's a really comfortable boot. The only thing about the Tech 7 that we noticed is that when you do have all the buckles down nice and snug, is that we still felt like there was a little bit of room in the ankle area, and it just didn't lock the ankle in place as well as some of the other boots up here on the table. But it's got a good buckle design, supportive again, really good boot from Alpinestars. Now from there, you have the Leatt 4.5. So when this boot first came out, I was really excited to see it because they released this just shortly after they released their 5.5 Flex Lock. And I'll be honest, between this and the 5.5, which is their premium model, or their flagship boot, I actually like the 4.5 more, and here's why. It's a little bit lighter than the 5.5 Flex Lock, so it's just a little bit more simplified. It looks very similar. It's got the same buckle design. It's just a plastic buckle versus aluminum. But what I really like and what we noticed with the 4.5 is you put this thing on, super comfortable, lots of padding around the ankle, nice wide footbed. But what I like too is that when you put this on, it just sucks everything into place and it holds your ankle really, really secure. And it just feels like a very supportive boot. And I get little to zero heel float in the 4.5, meaning my heel and everything is just sucked in, it's locked down, and doesn't move. And also, I like the slide lock closure that they have up in the top with this Velcro. It's just a one-way Velcro. It's just a feature that I really like. So overall, with the 4.5 and price, you gotta say, this thing is just over 300 bucks, so it is the least expensive boot up here. And I've told a lot of people this, that the best boot bang for your buck, sub, say 350 bucks, is the Leatt 4.5. All right, right here in the middle, you have the new Fox Motion. So for 2023, Fox went through and completely revamped their whole boot lineup. And what's cool is that from the Instinct to the Motion, looking at these two, they look almost identical. And feature-wise, they're pretty dang close. So the Motion's gonna come in the low 400s, so it's more than 100 bucks less than the Instinct. And like I said, when you look at this compared to the Instinct, it's hard to notice a difference, but it's a very supportive boot. And one thing that me and another rider, we actually said that this was our favorite fitting of all the boots up here. And that's saying something when you know about how comfortable the Tech 7 is. When you have a boot that you think is even more comfortable, that means they just did a really good job. And what's cool is too is that when Fox rebuilt their whole lineup, they used the same foot mold for all 3 boots. So it's gonna fit the exact same as the Instinct, and they have half sizes now in this. And that leads me to another point. We have our fit guarantee. If you buy one of these boots, if you don't like how it fits, you can send it back to us in brand new unused condition. We'll give you free shipping both ways on your first exchange to make sure you do get the size and the fit that you think is gonna be best for you. But with the new Motion, same buckle design as the Instinct, aluminum buckles. They're much, much better than the old Instinct buckles. But you've got the hinged ankle, and looking at the Motion compared to the Instinct, here's just the major differences. On the Instinct, On the back, it's got a little bit more coverage in the heel area. It's not a deal breaker by any means. And then the Instinct has actually a nylon insert inside the tongue, which makes it a little bit stiffer. So it's a little bit more supportive, but overall, the Motion is a really good boot. And like I said, for a couple of us, it was our favorite fitting as well. They also do have a waterproof version of this and an Enduro sole option as well, so be sure to check those out. So next up, you have the Gaerne SG-10. Now, something that I will say, and this comes from firsthand experience, so I haven't ridden in the SG-10, but I've owned SG-12s for a lot of years. And the build construction of these is almost the exact same as the SG-12. And one thing about Gaerne that you hear a lot is just the build quality and how long their boots last. I would say if you're looking for a boot that's gonna last you the longest, it'll be really hard not to tell you to get a Gaerne boot. That is just something that they're known for. So it's our favorite buckle design of all the buckles that are up here on the table today. You got a good wide toe box. Again, the ankle area holds the ankle nice and secure. We love that. And surprisingly, the SG-10 out of all of these feels like it's going to have the least amount of break-in time. You actually get pretty good range of motion right away when you put these on. And something about the SG-10, it just feels like a really, really protective boot. I would probably say it feels like it's going to give you the most protection of all the boots that are up here, just because of how much hard plastic you have. It just feels like this thing is absolutely bomb-proof. You also do have the traditional stitched-on sole, which some riders might really like. So that's just going to come down to rider preference. I don't feel like it offers as much feel on the foot pegs as some of the other boots up here, but the durability is good, and you can replace the entire sole. All of these up here actually do have replaceable soles. Some you can replace just the insert, some you can replace the entire sole, but they are all going to be replaceable, which is a nice perk. All right, last but not least, you have the Sidi X-Power. So this is the newest offering from Sidi. Again, price point on this, you're going to be in the upper 400s. But they're using the Techno Micro, which is a synthetic leather that they use in the Tahoe and the Crossfire 3. It's got their traditional stitched-on sole like they've used in the Crossfire 3 TA boot for a lot of years now. Now with the Sidis, so this one's a little bit different. So when we put this one on, comfortable, holds the ankle in place really, really well. Now something about this that we notice is that it's a little bit more snug right in the ankle area, but then it really opens up and gives you a pretty wide toe box. So a little bit different fitting. Also, with the X-Power, something to keep in mind is that depending on what size you are, they do have half size in this. For example, I wear a size 9 in all of their boots, but in the X-Power, they don't have a 9. They have a 9.5 and an 8.5. So depending on what size you are, you might be right in between sizes. But again, that's why we do have our fit guarantee. But Sidi, like Gaerne, they're known for, it's an Italian brand, known for their quality, how long their boots last. So if you're asking me, hey, which boots are going to give me the most durability, SG-10 and the Sidi X-Power would be the two boots that I would probably tell you to go check out. But overall, the good news is that these are all really good mid-level boots. You really can't go wrong with any one of these. It just kind of depends on, maybe it's which one you think looks the best. Is durability one of your key things that you're looking for? Are you looking for just the most performance with, you know, maybe the Motion where it's got really good peg feel, good flexibility. Also, they use their Duratac material, which is super grippy. You really can't go wrong. If you want some more of my feedback, I'm more than happy to give that to you and other riders here at Rocky Mountain that have ridden in a lot of these boots. So make sure to leave that down below and we'll help you out. To grab your next set, simple, click on the link or head over to RockyMountainATVMC.com. As always, we ship for free over 75 bucks. If you like this video and you want to stay up to date on guides like this, because we also do have a premium boot buyer's guide. We have buyer's guides for all the major categories. So get subscribed, hit that notification bell, and be sure to give those a watch. I'm Chase, and we'll see you on the trails.